Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Holly, and today we're going to take a look at updating two of my planners with new inserts. I like to have a fresh start midway through the year in my planners, so typically if it is an option, I will buy the books, the inserts, in 6-month increments rather than the full year all in one book. It was an option with the Hobonichi Cousin to buy the Avec, which it goes January through June and then July through December in 2 separate booklets. So we're going to switch those out. And in my most used planner for work, the Jibun Techo Days. Now, the Days is the one that comes in 2 books, and the Biz portion, which is the weekly setups and the current monthly setups that I use most often, even though the Days also comes with the monthly setups, that one is a full year. So I won't be swapping that one out, but we're going to swap out the Days. And I have vowed to utilize the Days more this year. Let's start with the Jibun, since that's the one I use most often. Here it is, and it's beautiful, beautiful little Bassey & Co. cover. This is the Biz, so we're going to keep this as is. It's the full year lineup. We still have 6 months to go in that. And this one, which I recovered with a paper because I didn't care for the color of the Days once I took it out of the plastic cover, because they come inside feels like a PVC plastic cover that I didn't particularly want nor need if it was going to go in this leather cover, which I definitely prefer over anything plastic. I think this was the cover for the Biz, which I took it out, and it's got the black. And I think this was the cover for the second half of the Days. I may have those flip-flopped, but I don't think so. So I took it out of these, as you could see, like plasticky, clear PVC colors with, I guess I could have put a different color paper in here, but since I really wanted to use the leather cover, I just recovered it. So I didn't mind looking at the pretty, pretty flowers. It has been used sporadically. I'm going to take this out and put the new one in. This is on one of the 4 bands that are in this Bassey & Co. cover. So I'm just going to slide that out. And I'm going to stick in any of these Post-it notes that I had used throughout the month that didn't really have necessarily a home. I'm going to go ahead and put those in. They don't really apply to the upcoming months, so I'm going to leave those here in home. And let's see if I have any. Do I have any other ones? Yeah, let's include this one in there. Doesn't really matter where they go. I very rarely ever go back and look at these, particularly I'll look back on journals, but in my, especially the work planners, unless there is something specific that I have to have for documentation, I keep them, but I very rarely ever go back and look at these. Let's see, what else can I include? Oh, this stuff is all old, so we can go ahead and, yeah, we can include that in there. And what I'll do is I will put this aside in my bookshelf until I can put it together with the second half of the year and this, the Biz, and I'll keep them all rubber banded together on my bookshelf somewhere. Arrivederci. Goodbye. First half of the year. June was really rough, so I am super glad to see that in the rearview mirror. I think too, with the stuff in the pockets, I'm like, I'll keep the little, I love this, this is so cute. I'll keep these sticky notes back here, but I never used this. So I think that can go back into planner storage, and maybe I'll give it to someone who might be able to use that later. So I think I'll keep these in the pocket. They didn't take up much room. I'm going to keep my original, my little Great Writers page flags in here too. As you can see, I am still using those to mark the week in the biz portion, so we'll keep that. Okay, I kept it in its original plastic. As you can see, this is the Jibun Techo Days, second half of the year for the planner, July through December. And I don't mind this color. It's kind of a taupey peachy color. I don't mind that at all. I don't think I'll need to recover this with anything. Now, I did find that maybe it's because these bands are strung pretty tight. I mean, you can kind of tell where they have actually pulled on the leather cover itself. This binding isn't quite as strong at these contact points. I've had to, as you can see on this one, on the Biz, I've had to reinforce that with some packing tape. It was starting to tear through the book because it's strung so tight and gets so much use. So far, so good. I may wind up having to do that with this, but that's not how I'm gonna start out. We're gonna start out as is. I kind of want to get it somewhere in the natural middle. I think that's that might be the natural middle, since it comes with two bookmarks, two fabric or ribbon bookmarks. I'm not a big fan of those, and they pop off pretty easily, so I'm just gonna whoop, tear that right off. Came off, no damage. Left a little bit of a residue, some color residue on the red one, but I'm not gonna see that, so I don't mind. Okay, so let's put this in here. I think I'm going to use this third band here, and we'll put this on September 1st. Seems like a good option. Slide that on there, so I'm tearing and wrinkling my pages any more than I have to. Okay, so there it is. Oh, so pretty. I love starting a new planner fresh, except that I've dented this little thing. Oh well, it's going to see a lot of wear and tear anyway. No big deal. In this insert, we have our yearly calendar. And I usually use this for birthdays and to track my weight on a weekly basis. This is my dream of 2023. My events for the next 6 months. Here is provided some space, wish list. And honestly, I have a wish list, but it's in the Biz, so I don't typically use these pages in here, or I didn't in the first 6 months. And this is just a generic list of whatever you want to make of it. And it has several pages before it launches into the monthly calendar setup. And then we have 6 months of the monthly calendar. Now this, I tried using this as a habit tracker. It didn't really work. I'm not very good at keeping up with habit trackers. I want to use the days this time around for tracking all of my YouTube ideas and filming schedules and uploads of both shorts and videos, and maybe tracking a few numbers on views and things in here. Even though I know it's on the analytics page, I like to do things a little more analog sometimes so that I have it right there at my fingertips. I think I will get more use out of this June through December than I did the first half of the year. It was pretty hit or miss. I think I'm also going to try and start tracking what I eat in a day as well. There's a segment down here at the bottom that is very fitting for that. Oh, and I wanted to add back in these page flags. They were really handy, and then I just, for whatever reason, maybe they fell out one day and I just quit carrying them regularly, but yeah, I really like having those. Now to finish my Jibun Days setup. Since this is going to be dedicated towards keeping track of YouTube, mainly, I'm going to use some friction pens to mark the days I plan to drop shorts and videos. And I'm only gonna work maybe 2 months ahead, and because these are erasable in case something comes up and I'm not able to drop on the schedule that I had initially planned on, I'll be able to erase it and remark it with these two. So we're going to do shorts in the pink, and those are going to be on Tuesdays, and these calendars are Monday start, Monday through Sunday. So I'm going to mark every Tuesday. There are 5 Tuesdays in August. That will be a little challenging for me to get done, but I can probably manage that. I'm going to mark the full-length videos that I'm planning to still drop every Friday. Oh my gosh, my washer is so loud. So I'm planning to drop videos, full-length videos on Fridays, and I'm going to mark those in red. Here. I'm not sure if that is enough of a difference to distinguish the colors. I'm only going to do 2 months at a time. No, I think I'll go ahead and do all the months. Ooh. September is going to be challenging. There are 5 full-length videos there. I've kind of decided that if a month has 5 Fridays in it, that I'm going to get to treat myself to a week off in there, so that I will still drop 4 full-length videos as I would with other months, but I'll have a chance to maybe sock a video away for another time. I plan to go on vacation at the end of September, beginning of October maybe. So it'll be nice to have one already in the can, but I'm gonna go ahead and mark all the Fridays. And then because of the friction pen erasability, I can erase the one that I plan not to publish. Oh, December's got 5 as well. Wow. Okay. Let's go back and finish marking these Tuesdays in here with the pink. Dadgummit, I smooched it. Oh, the erasability is so nice. Whew. That's an ambitious schedule. The good thing is a lot of the times I will film multiple shorts in a row. Like if you've watched any of my shorts, they are one of 2 things. They're either a mini journal or an ink swatch. I typically will do multiple ones in a row on a filming day where I have good lighting and some extra time, and I'll just knock out a few of those all in a row, and that really does help getting to all of those postings. Okay, so that's done on that calendar. I'm not sure if I'm going to use these sections, my dream, my event, my 100 wishes list of, you know, I may use this list of to just corral all of the ideas that I have for future videos. That might be a good spot, because in the previous days I did a page, but then I didn't keep track of where that page was in the actual planner. So that's the downside of not having like a true index like you would in a bullet journal, where you can like thread those topics back. I already started to doodle in on the monthly calendars, where I would do the shorts on Tuesdays and the full-length videos on Fridays. And then my code is with this, you'll see that some of them are filled in with red and have the full length, like here, the one that I posted recently, ink swatch, Diamine Golden Sands, and I filled it in, which means it is completed and scheduled and ready to drop on these days already, if I've filled them in and given them a full title. Here you'll see that these aren't filled in because I have maybe filmed but not edited. They are not scheduled at all. They have not completed the process yet. So hopefully this video that I'm filming right now will be right here on the Friday the 7th. And once that is done, I will color that in and give it a full title. I'm not going to use these Gantt charts down here. I tried using them as habit trackers, but I'm not very good at keeping up with habit trackers. I may do something more with this. We'll see what comes up. Now, each of the beginning of the month has this great page where you can break down goals and want to do's. I've translated this Korean into English in my previous booklet. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in here in English. And I am going to use, where is my fucking pen case? And I'm going to do that with this Tombow Furunosuke brush pen. I'm not going to try to do any fancy lettering or anything like that. This is just going to be goal for July. I'm just going to write over the top of that lettering, and this is dark enough. It doesn't bother me at all. I tried before to like white it out and then go over it, but it created a big old mess. And honestly, it doesn't bother me if I do it in a dark enough pen. This is want to do. And this is, section is don't do. This is a summary of how the month, just a little box where you can put a few thoughts once the month is over, and it's the summary. This is what I did. If there was anything notable. This is what I didn't do. This is a section for things that brought joy. This is a section for reflection. These are for people that I hung out with. This is places, for places that I may have visited. This is a section where I can make note of purchases. Anything notable, like fountain pens or new inks that I really enjoyed. And this is a section for something that I may have learned. And then this section here, I just generally put that aside for any other notes that I might want to review later. And usually I highlight these sections a little bit. And it's this color combo, which I have very much enjoyed. They are mild liners. Let's do goals in blue. Just to add a little pop of color for July. Actually, I think I'm going to highlight in blue all the way down. I'm going to highlight these sections right here. And this in case I decide to use that for something later. I used this in the previous booklet for rewards, like if there were habits that I was trying to break, or things that I was goals that I was trying to reach. Sometimes down here I would put little rewards for myself if I reached some of those goals, like if I completed my no spend successfully, then I could reward myself the following month with a new fountain pen. I'm going to use these pages, the daily pages here, of course, to track any YouTube activities, ideas, brainstorming. Just use them as a scribble pad, basically. And then I thought I'd also use a portion of this page, maybe like from here down, to keep track of what I'm eating. Because I have a goal, of course, to improve my health, lose a little bit of weight, get back on the treadmill and just improve my overall fitness. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and set this up where we have a section, maybe starting, do I want to do it in this bold pen? Sure, let's do it right here. Maybe I will use the same highlighter, and then I'll have, here we'll have exercise. I think I'll just go ahead and highlight this, boop. Separate that off. We'll do B for breakfast. That looks good. I think I'll go ahead and set up all of the pages in this general fashion for the full month of July. Okay, well there is that on every day for July. Maybe having that set up already ahead of time will help me utilize it more frequently. And I usually only like to set this up like a month at a time in the actual daily pages, because sometimes I get halfway through the month and I'm like, this isn't working. And then I've already filled out 6 months with spreads, and I need to switch it up. The dailies doesn't have a lot of empty pages in the back, so I don't really need to have anything in the back. So I may keep these pages blank just in case I have something come up. And then there is this summary looking back on 2023 that you can fill out. I have not translated what these are. Actually different. It runs 1 through 12 and then has this section here at the bottom, but these headers read differently and I have not translated those. I may do that this weekend and see if this is something that I might want to use. Anyway, so that's going to be the new setup. So we'll put that aside. Now the other planner that I used pretty consistently this year was the Hobonichi Techo. I love this setup. So I used it for my work planner last year and I love this setup. Let's pop this out. I considered changing the cover too. I have a couple of covers that are really pretty, but I've so enjoyed this 2023 release that I think I'm going to stick with this. There's the insert. See ya! And here's the new one. And I kept it in its original packaging so it wouldn't get dirty or bunged up. Okay. I'm going to continue to use this the same way that I used the first half of the year for planning videos and book journaling, spreads, fun stuff like that. Just for fun filming purposes and memory keeping. So we'll put that back in here. Some people seem to have a hard time getting the inserts back in without bending the covers and trying to force them in. The key is to bend the outer cover and then insert the back cardboard page of your insert, and then just gradually, gently ease it in there. Ta-da! Done and done. For the Hobonichi, I think I'm going to set this one up as I go. I don't think I'm going to commit to anything right now. There are some, I bought some kits and things that I want to use in here and give that a try, but I don't want to commit to anything long term because this one's just for filming. I'm going to keep it free and easy. I'm not going to commit to any particular spread in here right now. This one's all done. I popped the insert in and we're finished with this one. So now we have the inserts in both of my most used planners for 2023, and they're ready to roll for the next 6 months. I'm excited to get a fresh start. I know that the second half of 2023 is going to be better for me than the first half. I hope your second half of the year is as wonderful as you'd like it to be. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for joining me. See you next time. Bye now.